CM Punk called a locker room cancer by a top AEW star. Plus, AEW signs officially another free agent, and future plans for Money in the Bank possibly revealed. It's all in the wrestling news right now. The fallout from the all-out brawlout is impending. A few sources have said that the investigation is nigh on complete, which is why we had the Young Bucks backstage at Dynamite EE last night. We've heard quite a few stories and sources and reports from what went down. I want to acknowledge a few things that came from yesterday. So Nick Hausman put out a report that said that Larry the dog was hurt in all the kerfuffle, and a few sources have come out and said that didn't happen. A few have said that it did. It's a bit mixed up, but I thought it'd be pertinent, since we devoted quite a bit of time to the video yesterday, to acknowledge that a few sources have come out and said it didn't quite happen that way. It's all very Rashomon. This is, and we're going to be now talking about another thing that another report that has come out from this all-out investigation from Fightful Select. And Fightful Select have been pretty spot on with a lot of things that they have called over the past few weeks. We'll just read what they say on Fightful Select. We've heard about some of the names that were around during the brawl who were suspended as they were physically involved, but there were also several that approached shortly thereafter. One of those was Chris Jericho, who was heavily lauded by those we spoke to for his resolve and demeanor, stepping up during the scrum right after the incident took place. Fightful Select was told by numerous sources that Chris Jericho approached CM Punk unhappy about the all-out fight, as well as the nature of the scrum that had just taken place. Jericho told CM Punk, according to sources close to Fightful Select, that he was a cancer to the locker room and a detriment to the company. Those we've spoken to didn't recount CM Punk's reply verbatim, but said that he effectively told Jericho it wasn't his business and he needed to leave. Shortly after, Jericho stepped up to appear at the scrum. He's also helped lead a talent meeting in the days that followed, and recently signed a significant contract extension that extends his responsibilities along the way. Fightful reached out to Chris Jericho and AEW for this story, but didn't hear back. However, some close to CM Punk did confirm that this interaction took place. I'm ready to see the back of the all-out, brawl-out investigation now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are as well. You know, there's a lot of stories that are coming out and things are either conflicted and this happened and that happened. But yeah, I think you're right. I think we're ready to see the back of it. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll get the proper actual story. Who knows? Because obviously the legalities around that might be a little bit, might not be able to touch that. But yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, we're ready to see the back of it.
Chris Jericho put out, Chris Jericho liked a tweet that has caught a few people's eyes. It was a tweet from a Twitter user that was essentially referring to CM Punk as toxic and saying, you know, for a guy who was so lauded to suddenly be completely untouchable. Chris Jericho liked this tweet, which kind of is a firmer statement of intent in terms of how Chris Jericho feels about the situation. And there's been a few other comments made in numerous interviews that kind of give the vibe, and also reports from sources close to wrestling journalists that say that the vibe for CM Punk behind the scenes probably isn't that strong at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is, it's again, when the investigation concludes, I'm sure, which will be any moment now, we'll have a clearer picture of what went on in the time to come. Let's give you some good news from the camp of Laredo Kid. What's the latest on the Kid, Andrew?
Let me tell you, Tom. So Laredo Kid posted on Instagram saying he's stable and improving after his emergency operation and hoping to go home in a couple of days. Obviously, we know Kid was taken to hospital on Sunday after his AAA match with Vikingo in Monterrey, where it was revealed that he had a rupture in his intestines, which sounds horrendous. So obviously promoter Ishan, oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm going to get this right, Tom.
It's Ishan Idani Ramos.
There we go, that's perfect.
I believe.
Thank you.
If that's wrong, if that's not the promoter in Monterrey, then do let me know.
That's beautiful. Relayed Kid's gratitude to people who reached out with positive thoughts and prayers, saying whilst there's no timetable on an in-ring return, the main thing is, and I think we can all agree on this, is that he is okay.
Delighted to hear
Absolutely.
it. Send our best wishes to Laredo Kid. What we heard from that was that he got hurt. He definitely had an issue after the match. Went to hospital after the show, but did stick around to do autographs just before he did.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Your intestines are falling out and you're going, I'll sign this for you.
Go on then.
Be well soon, Laredo Kid. You are brilliant, mate. Fightful Select reporting that Josh Woods has officially signed with AEW. He's been working in a free agent basis for quite some time, but he is now appearing officially on the AEW roster page. This was a given. I think this was bound to happen. Josh Woods has played quite an interesting, busy role in AEW as of late.
Yeah, teaming with Smart Mark Sterling and Tony Nese. And, you know, obviously, I think former Ring of Honor Pure champion.
Yes.
So I think this makes sense that he gets signed. And then it feels like Tony's kind of bulking up on all these signings to then finally go, okay, we are actually like splitting AEW and Ring of Honor apart now, because we've heard all the rumblings about the TV deals and everything as well. So it feels very much like this is going to take place, hopefully very soon.
It's more feeling like, as opposed to like AEW being oversaturated with talent, this kind of feels like AEW and Ring of Honor's bulking phase.
Yes.
Of their workout.
Cultivating mass.
And then they're going to cut. And not in a bad way. More the case of like, let Ring of Honor go and be Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
The breathing room when that happens will be fantastic. Wheeler Yuta, speaking of pure champions, Wheeler Yuta posted a video yesterday revealing that he's double booked himself. He was down to do Rampage tonight in the world title eliminator tournament match against Magic Matt Menard. Daddy Magic Matt Menard.
So good.
Daddy Magic.
He's so good.
However, he's also booked to do Rumble on 44th Street for New Japan. So he said, I'm going to honour the New Japan booking, and John Moxley is stepping in for me. So that's quite a ringer for Daddy Magic.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it would. I feel. Have we seen that match before? I feel like we might have seen that match before. I could be very wrong. I know he's faced maybe Danielson from the Blackpool Combat Club. I can't remember, but it was pretty good though. The match that he did have with the person from the Blackpool Combat Club was very good. So yeah, I'm down for this.
Is it a thing that I'm so steeped in the world of worked shoots and little digs back and forth that the fact that AEW are very widely publicising a story where one of their talent is double booked with New Japan, but they're taking the New Japan commitment. Is it me? Am I so jaded now that I went, is this also a little thing that we're doing?
It's hard not to go into that mind space these days.
It's all very tiring. Let's end on some news about Money in the Bank. In particular, the man what holds the briefcase. What's the story, Andrew?
The story what holds the briefcase.
The story of the man what holds the briefcase.
Well, let me tell you, WrestleVotes told Give Me Sport there is an idea that he is the first guy to wait a full year, like the day of Money in the Bank next year. That's the storyline. like, you have to cash this in 2.5 hours. You have to cash this in 90 minutes. That type of thing. I know that idea is on the table, and I believe it was maybe Ross in a Pitches video, or somebody from Cultaholic said that it would be a really interesting idea, because we've not had that yet, where they've got like a specific amount of time before the next Money in the Bank winner is revealed, and this person is they've got to cash it in before it is nullified by this other person winning it. And that's a really, really cool way of going about it.
Quite like it, actually.
Me too.
Then putting the press on and going, look, Austin, we need the briefcase back. We've got to hang it up there.
Yeah.
We've only got one.
We've only got one, man.
We've only got one briefcase. We need yours quickly.
We can't pay for any more, man.
Theory running around during the kickoff show for Money in the Bank going, where's Roman? Where's Cody? If he's the champ at that point. Yeah, that's cool. I'm not quite sure what the plan is with Theory now. I think when it was the Vince McMahon administration, I got the vibe that Theory was going to be the youngest WWE champion of all time. Not beat Roman, but beat the guy that beats Roman.
Yes.
Don't feel that now.
Not me neither. I think there's a long, slow burn with Austin Theory. All very deliberate, it seems like, as well, if this is the plan. Which I think is probably better for Theory in the long run as well.
There's also a school of thought that suggests that they're moving the goalpost a bit on Money in the Bank to get the case off him, because he turned up at NXT holding the briefcase going, I might cash this in on the NXT champion, as if to make us go, can you do that? Oh, okay, I guess you can.
Yeah.
And then on the commentary for Raw, where Kevin Patrick's going, hey, Seth, you might want to watch your back. He might cash in the briefcase on you as US champion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you do that?
Well,
apparently you can.
Apparently you can.
So I wonder whether they're moving the goalposts so they don't have him become a world champion, but maybe he cashes in for a belt further down the division.
Yeah, that's a good way of getting around it as well. If you don't necessarily want him to be the one to hold the WWE title so soon as well, so that could be definitely a way to get around it. Wow, I mean, we're gonna find out. I like where this is going though. I do like where this is going. I think it's something fresh and nice and ocean fresh.
Do you know what I think is nice and fresh?
An ocean fresh?
An ocean fresh?
Go on.
You for watching this video.
Bless you.
And we'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Did you hear my wrist click?
I did.
I'm old. Keys.
Love you, bye.